His father built a dam that changed the course of a river. His son works longer hours and has nothing of his own. There are creatures who work from dawn until the stars come out, who carry more than they should, who fix what breaks, haul what is heavy, pour everything they have into the day. And at the end of it, they go home to nothing that belongs to them. Not lazy, not weak, just building someone else's life. That quiet exhaustion, that strange emptiness after a long day of hard work. Maybe you know exactly what that feels like. His name was Finn. A young beaver, broad-shouldered and strong, with dark fur still damp from the river every morning before the sun had fully risen. He lived at the edge of a wide, slow-moving river, in the shadow of a dam he had not built. It belonged to an old otter family, wealthy, comfortable, settled. And every season, Finn arrived before sunrise to patch what had cracked, replace what had rotted, reinforce what the current had worn away. He worked fast, he worked well. His teeth were sharp and his paws were sure. The otter family nodded at him when he finished. Sometimes they left a small pile of bark near the water. Payment. Finn would take it, swim back upstream, and sleep in a narrow burrow beneath a willow root. Then wake up and do it all again. One autumn the rains came hard. The Otter Dam cracked along the eastern wall. A whole section gave way overnight. Water rushed through, tearing at the banks, pulling loose everything Finn had spent weeks reinforcing. He worked through the cold rain for 3 days without stopping. His paws bled at the joints. His back ached. He chewed through timber in the dark, placed stones by feel alone. He saved the dam. The otter family inspected the repair, nodded, added a little more bark to his pile. That evening Finn swam upstream slowly, exhausted in a way that sleep wouldn't fix. He pulled himself onto the bank and sat in the rain, staring at the dark water. He had given 3 days of himself to protect something that would never protect him back. Why was he still doing this? He had no answer. He found his father at the old dam as always, sitting still. Finn sat beside him without saying much, just breathing, watching the water move through the channels Bram had carved long ago. After a while Bram spoke, quiet and slow like the river itself. "You work hard, son." Finn nodded. Building someone else's dream. Not angry, not disappointed, just honest, the way only a father who loves you can be. Finn stared at the water for a long time. He thought about how many seasons he had spent repairing walls that weren't his, how many storms he had survived for a family that barely knew his name, how strong his paws were, how sharp his teeth, how much he actually knew about rivers and timber and current and stone. All that skill, all that effort, poured into someone else's foundation. He didn't go back to the Otter Dam the next morning. Instead, he walked the upper river alone, reading the current, feeling where the water slowed, where the banks were soft, where a foundation could hold. He found a place, a bend in the river where 2 old fallen oaks crossed the water naturally. He started small. One log, then another, a stone wedged carefully, a branch stripped and placed with intention. It wasn't much at first, but it was his. Through winter he built, cold mornings, numb paws, slow progress. By spring, water had begun to pool behind his structure. Calm water, still water, his. The first animal who came to shelter, there was a young duck with 3 chicks. Finn watched them settle into the quiet pool he had made. And something in his chest, that hollow place that years of hard work had never filled, finally rested. Hard work is not enough on its own. You can exhaust yourself every single day and still end up with nothing, if everything you build belongs to someone else. Effort without ownership is just strength on loan. Your skills, your time, your pain, they are worth something, but only if you direct them towards something that is truly yours. The beaver who builds his own dam, even a small one, sleeps better than the one who repairs a kingdom he will never own. If you have ever worked yourself to the bone and still felt like you were falling behind your own father, maybe this is your river bend. Maybe your skills